Alright, hello. So if you clicked on this video, chances are you probably are trying to study for your exam, midterms coming up, or maybe just looking to have a better semester and you just want to know how you can get your GPA up, or maybe you're trying to fix your GPA. In this video, I'm going to show you how I was able to fix my GPA by doing these 4 study techniques that I didn't even realize I've been using. So without further ado, let's go for number 1. The first study technique that I've been using that has helped me fix my GPA is the Pomodoro technique. I call it the procrastination killer because the Pomodoro technique basically sets a timer for you to stay productive with a short break at the end. So there's different time increment for the Pomodoro technique, like the 25-5, which is when you take 25 minutes of just concentration, doing your work, keeping focus, and then there's 5 minutes of break where you just prevent yourself from burning out by just doodling or do something that doesn't require you to use too many brain power. There's also a longer version, which is like the 50 minutes and 10 minutes. I know that these have their own time increment, but I usually don't actually follow these increments. I would say when you start working, you'll actually get in the zone for a pretty long period of time, and then you'll break whenever you can and you come back. I think the only risk that this helps with is taking too long of a break. The point is to be productive, use those time like as productively as possible, get as much done as possible. So this is the Pomodoro technique. It's very important, keep you focused for the other 3 techniques that I'll be using. So I've been implementing these 3 other techniques while I'm in the Pomodoro stage. The first one is the note-taking / summary technique, which is when you take long text of reading and then you condense it into shorter paragraphs or maybe sentences that it's just easier for you to understand and remember. So this will help with reading comprehension because it'll help you get engaged with the reading as you try to understand what's saying and making summaries of it. And this will eventually also help you with retaining information, which then leads to the other 2 techniques. And the first one of the 2 techniques is called rote learning, which is basically a memorization technique. For example, it helps with remembering formulas. So like you'll basically practice using a formula until you remember it, or just say it out loud, or use flashcards. You could do that. It doesn't have to be formulas, it could be basic definition. It could be for frameworks as well. But yeah, overall, the rote learning just helps you remember formulas, models, graphs, I guess, and frameworks. Now, the rote learning itself isn't really strong for memory retention without the last technique that I've been using, which is called active recall. So active recall basically asks you to define what you remembered in your own words. So you know how rote learning, you remember the basic definition maybe from the textbook, and you try to just repeat it over and over and over until you remember. With active recall, instead of repeating that same thing, you can use active recall to just make up your own definition, which enhances your memory retention, because now that you hear the word again or see a model or framework again, you just know how to apply it, how to use it, because you connected them together to be able to make your own definition of it. Note-taking, rote learning, and active recall together alone basically kind of develops your like a new ability. It almost feels like once you get used to it more, it feels like you've just unlocked photographic memory. When I have to study for exam, maybe within 3 days or less than a week before the midterms, using these 3 techniques of note-taking, rote learning, and active recall, I've basically remembered the chapters that were assigned for the midterms or exam. So when I go to do the test, it almost feels like I have the textbook with me, but in my head. In a way, it's almost like photographic memory, but of course, it's not like the fictionist photographic memory where you just look at a page and you instantly remember it. And you won't get that superpower, but you can definitely retain information faster and for a longer period of time with these 3 techniques. So this technique will help you stay productive and potentially help you unlock a newfound ability, which is the photographic memory. If this video was helpful, go ahead and like the video, and also you can hit the sub button. It's free. It just helps the algorithm to share the video to more people so that more people can gain value from this learning experience, which I wish I knew before going to university.